Everybody, it's Victor. It's time another Eden Run here. The Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Oh, man. Friday. I hope we have ourselves a good run going into the weekend here. November is starting to pick up a little bit, I gotta say, and I'm cautiously optimistic that we're following the same pattern that we did on October. And thank you all for all the support, everybody, on all the series, not just Isaac, but of course Mega Bonk and Ball Pit and other games we got coming up here as well. Just stay tuned for that. Here's your meme of the day, brought to you by Dernigal. I think it's, I probably didn't say that correctly. On the Invicta subreddit, top three was, as a German speaker, I was stun-locked for a moment from Nuzbonk number 10. And our first crossover Mega Bonk meme. Thank you very much, Dernigal or Negale. I'm not, again, I don't know how to say that. The victim in The Binding of Isaac versus Mega Bonk. Bueno. That's good. Yeah. Hey, look, I'm officially multilingual now. I know how to speak Espanol and German. See. Said CJ is going to be 7-3 Bravo November. Tango 0 Zulu Papa. We've got Blue Cap, and we also have the Satanic Bible and a whole lot of HP. So our tears rate's good. Our damage is not great, but it's not great. Bomber Boy gives us some good boss options, along with the Satanic Bible, of course, giving us not only a very good amount of HP to start off with, it also allows us to get Devil Deals early on because we don't have to worry about hunting for soul hearts. But at the downside, of course, of turning our boss item into a Devil Deal item, which is not always a good thing. And people still get mystified by that. You would think that, don't get me started in this freaking room, dude. The thing is this. I always tell people this, the same thing over and over again. The boss item pool is the most instrumental and categorically important pool out of any run in Isaac. It's the only item pool that you can get guaranteed some type of stats, whether it be HP, range, shot speed, tears, damage, movement speed. And pretty much guaranteed. Now, obviously, there are a few exceptions, but it's going to be your greatest source of those basic stat upgrades, which is essential. So having them be replaced by Devil Deal items is not necessarily a good thing because, yes, there, of course, are a lot of banger Devil Deal items out there, but none that really are going to be more than some strong tier effects. Obviously, again, I'm not discounting the game-changing mechanics that are Devil Deal items. All I'm saying is just that if you want to build a solid foundation for a run, you need to have solid base stats. And the Satanic Bible kind of denies you of that because it takes that item, turns it to a Devil Deal item, which is most likely not going to give you the same impactful basic stat ups that you would normally have if you didn't have this, if you didn't use the Satanic Bible. And I totally forgot that we had Bomber Boy. So we just blew the absolute roof off of our donation machine. Sorry, donation machine. So what's the options then? Well, you can either try to find the boss room immediately and then start using the Satanic Bible as you explore, go backwards and go through the rest of the level, or you can just YOLO it and say, I don't care, I'm just going to get Devil Deals and whatever we get, we get. I try to be a little bit more strategical with it. I try to hopefully preserve our Red Heart HP and the Devil Deal up to the point of getting into the boss room and finding the boss, and then after that we can, then we can get the boss item and then get the HP that the Satanic Bible would normally grant us. But in this case here, where we have so much HP, I will probably just rip it after this boss and then just ignore it. Just look for a reason to get rid of it. For now, anyway. Again, not saying that the soul hearts that it gives you are bad. It's just it comes down to just basics as far as your stats go. That's the last bomb I'm going to use on Larry Jr. Now, of course, on the flip side, you could just rip it every single time you get a cooldown, and if you do that, then you can start many other strategies like black heart bombing. You have yourself the option of getting some good taps on like an IV bag or something like that, or not IV bag, but a temperance machine, and and improving your run that way. So there's lots of areas that you can really take the Satanic Bible. I just choose to not play it unless I absolutely have to. Now, of course, later game, what I will say is that late game, the Satanic Bible becomes amazing because you no longer have to worry about having an item be substitute for not only an HP cost, which is what the Devil Deal items are going to be costing you, but also, of course, just substituting the boss item for a Devil Deal item. Last week's question of the episode coming in from Push It to the Limit episode. This one from March Phoenix, or maybe Mark E Phoenix, Felix, I should say. They said if there was an item that would give you more damage than the more shot speed you had, kind of like money equals power, but with shot speed instead of money, would you take this item? Would the increased damage be worth putting up with the jostling and the clown physics of having high shot speed? I would call this item Railgun. I think it would be cool to see in Isaac. Yeah, it'd be fun to experiment with. For sure. The jostling and the clown physics of stuff that's always going to be in the game no matter what. And if this railgun item actually did piercing shots and kind of fired out like a sniper rifle like in Mega Bonk or something like that, definitely. I would definitely put up with it. If you think about it, there are items in there that don't necessarily give you more damage the more shot speed you have. But if you think about it in kind of an obscure way, shot speed gives you more damage. Because it raises your shot efficiency. The faster that it can get from point A to point B being the target, your intended target for your tiers, and point A being where Isaac is firing them, then raising your shot efficiency means that you're also raising the amount of damage you're doing per encounter, which is very, very good. But if you also think about another way, what's another item that actually does pretty heavily shape your shot speed, and also like I said, that shot efficiency? Pisces is another one. Pisces has a huge amount of knockback that is one of the ultimate clown physics items in the game, but it's usually worth it because it breaks the tiers cap. And yes, you do eventually get acclimated to all the jostling around and the clown physics. I mean, it's something you just have to do. So it's a part of the game you're just going to have to get used to one way or another. So, and yes, I absolutely would take it. So thank you very much for your question of the episode, everyone. And make sure this goes for everybody. Not only asking questions, but also make sure you're upvoting. Even if you don't feel like don't feel like asking a question, you can still upvote and get others' questions read here on the series. And of course, it also helps support the channel. Upvotes on comments are very useful for engagement. They're also very good for just generally keeping the mosh pit moving and you know, making it feel like home for a lot of people. Get the compass here. I don't really care about BFF, and I mean Mama Mega. We're still ahead of the boss rush counter right now. Okay. All right. Well, that changes some things around. I am going to buy this key, and I will buy this pill, but I'm not going to take the pill. So Keeper Sack. What more can you say about the item? We say it every single time we get it. It is the absolute GOAT. And that term is way overused these days, but for Keeper Sack, I think it's pretty appropriate because there is just not a better shop item out there, especially on a run that has mediocre stats or very mid stats. It can take you from mid to amazing as long as you got the cash, which we did until we are now broke. Rotten Baby along with the Mark. Both of these are good to pick up. I'm going to hit the Demon Judgment first, though, because there's no reason to not, because we're going to give up those red hearts anyway, so we might as well try to get an extra item here from them. And we get a death card. We get Empty Heart. Yeah, we could take Empty Heart again. I think Empty Heart's going to be fine here, because if we combine that, we should try to get one more full charge here. Empty Heart combined with the Satanic Bible late game means that we just have a ton of HP that we can work through. And if we start getting too many red heart upgrades, then we just simply have to take a Devil Deal for a boss item. I don't think we're quite there yet. Only have 4-2 right now. So really good start. We got the compass. We got Keeper Sack. We just need some money, and we're golden. And Curse the Blind. Well, there's a library here. I would love to get the Book of Shadows. over the Satanic Bible. Or Book of Revelations would be fine. The diamond's going to convert everything into money. And this room is one of those kind of guaranteed you're going to get hit unless you have the movement speed or mobility type of rooms. So I'm very happy to use Ace of Diamonds there, get a few cents. I honestly didn't think that it was going to reach over there. I don't know why. Get the Book of Sin, and we get Bookworm out of that. And Anarchist Cookbook. Okay, game. Okay. So it's gonna be like that today, huh? Look, I'm all for a short day today, man. My PT was extremely rough. It was bad because we upped the intensity on a lot of the exercises, and I was already kind of hurting from the other day, from the second session of this week. So, and my physical therapist said, you know, he could tell that something was a little bit off. He asked me what was up. I said, yeah, this is just one long hallway, by the way. He could tell something was off, and he was asking me if I was all good. I said, nah, not really. Lower left side's kind of tweaked today. So we just stuck to just a lot of mobility and stretches for the most part, but I still did some lifting. Nothing too crazy, but we have upped the weight on a lot of stuff. Safely, of course. I mean, he knows what he's doing. But we also did a lot of core exercises, particularly abs today. And if there's always been a perennial stat that I've lacked IRL, it's been the lack of abs. And my abdominals are not in good shape. They used to be. I used to have a six-pack way back in the day. I remember the maintenance it took to maintain that, and it was worth it for a time, but then it just got kind of annoying. You've got to really, really, really watch your diet and keep up with. I mean, I was doing ab exercises 4 times out of the week back in the heyday. And we're not doing that now, of course, but just trying to strengthen the core. And we were doing new exercises today that it wiped me out, man. I'm ready. I'm ready for bed. I'm on that old man schedule now at this point. It is nice being able to go to bed around 11 p.m. to midnight, wake up, and it's just the break of the morning. And that sounds dumb to normal people who have normal people sleeping schedules, but to someone like me who frequently flip-flops on late to early schedule, it's such a different way to sleep when you're going to bed at nighttime and waking up at dawn. When I'm used to going to bed at daytime and waking up at daytime, or even at close to nighttime, close to dusk. So, and what's been nice about doing physical therapy, other than, of course, trying to fix my lower back, is that it does wear me out to the point where my insomnia doesn't really register anymore. It still does, of course. I still have my off days, but I get tired to the point where I don't want to do anything but rest. And then I get some of that really good healing rest, not like a nap or something like that, but an actual healing, regenerative rest. That's what I wish I could. I would kill for something like that every single day. Man, it'd be amazing. I'd be 90 years younger. That being said, things are definitely sore right now, and they're going to be even more sore tomorrow. Get mega fatty here. Didn't use my death card yet. I probably won't. I'll probably just hold on to it, and then we just not use it again forever. Hive Mind was a great pickup for Rotten Baby, which is going to increase the amount of damage his flies do. We get another Tears upgrade, so we've maxed out on Tears. And, yep. We did. Maxed them out. Another Curse the Blind. I knew that was going to be a dead end. This is going to make us go all... I tell you what's going to happen. It's going to make us go far, 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 far north and then south. Watch. I can already envision this map in my brain, even though we can't see it. Yep, it's going to curve up and then go around and then down. What's going to happen? But a really solid effort here from this run. Particularly speaking, our tears rate went from basically not great to, well, not incredible, but better. And now, of course, we're capped. So that was a pretty impressive run that we had on just tears upgrades over and over and over again. We get Gimpy, which is fine. Did get a Devil Deal here. And we might as well take both because we have Empty Heart, so Guppy's Tail is basically free. And Juice's Shadow gives us a little bit of extra insurance. Take it. Of course, as a quick reminder for those of you who did not know, all videos, not just the Isaac videos, but all videos count towards the like streak goal. And I'm letting the newest short kind of simmer a little bit longer before we decide to switch it up. I haven't really seen any feedback on Missing No Week either. And I don't know if it's because people don't realize that that's the like streak goal or they just don't care. So allow me to reemphasize that every video that gets 2,500 likes or more gets added to the like streak counter. And that includes live streams, shorts, non-Isaac videos too. It all accumulates over time and helps out the channel. And this new like streak goal happens to be an entire week of Missing No. Or sorry, yeah, Missing No. I thought I was talking about, yeah, Missing No. In my brain, I said, did I say DM Trainer or Missing No? No, it's Missing No. And Missing No, of course, if you don't know what it does, it makes you re-roll all of your items every single floor, which is going to involve a lot of strategy. It's also the first theme week that we've done in quite a while, so I figured that people would be really excited, but I haven't seen anything come out of anybody in terms of feedback. So I don't know if that means that people are just uninterested or if they just didn't know that it was going on. So this is my call to action, Mosh Pit. Need your feedback. We got plenty of time for boss rush, so we might as well go into the item room while we're here. Yeah, I guess I could use Satanic Bible because Mom doesn't drop an item, obviously. Yeah, take Epiphora. Epiphora is going to be very nice with Uranus and the freezing effect that we get out of it. If you did not know, Epiphora will, as long as you're firing in the same direction without breaking the fire, or taking a break in your shots, I'm trying to say, then you will gain a stacking tears buff for the rest of the room, or until you change the directions of your tears. And you couple that with the rapid application of freezing, and you've got yourself a very, very strong crowd control combo. But the only downside is that you do have to make sure that your targets stay in front of you the entire time. We are definitely doing there. Down goes Mom. Let's see what we get from the Devil Deal. And it's Krampus fight. We get a Forget Me Now. Okay. Let's take the negative for damage. We might actually, if we hurry, we might be able to get a second boss rush here. I almost expected us to get Curse the Blinded right there. We get the negative, which is going to give us a nice damage upgrade. No planetarium this time, but I am happy that we got at least a little bit of help here with crowd control. And Uranus is just a solid tier effect. I mean, the crowd control, you get the fractal shots that come off of the shatters. You know, being able to effectively completely cancel out Death Rattle is also nice. As you saw Rotten Baby there, just stop that Gish Dingle in its tracks. A full card, all right. Scissors are not great, but we've got them. We might get the very rare second boss rush here. Thanks to that random Forget Me Now in the first one. If we do it, though, we can't lollygag here. But our damage seems like it's strong enough to where we might be able to do this. A Judgment card. Dolly's going to give us range and usually tears, but we're already capped. It does look like we might have a chance of getting the second boss rush. Which has been a little bit. We've had it before this year, but I don't remember which episode it was. But it's always nice getting that extra value there. It just kind of shows you how good your run is or how bad it is. Thank you, Gimpy. We'll finally get some damage upgrades here as well. The more damage we do, the faster we can freeze enemies, which means the faster we can stay safe and sound. Here, add a keys. Adiaves. Again, want to try to maintain the same direction that we're firing in at all times. Possible. Not always possible or safe to do so. We are going to get the double boss rush. No devil deal. And, oh, mama. Anima Sola, you talking about locking down enemies now. You know what? We'll take Super Ball. We hardly ever get to see a Super Ball. So we get Anima freaking Sola. And you combine that with the, again, the crowd control that is the Uranus shot. Good things can happen here. So peep into this. Okay. So Anima Sola, if you don't know, is the Tainted Jacob item that gets unlocked. And it's extremely, extremely good at crowd control. It essentially will lock down the target that's closest to Isaac and hold them there for a significant amount of time. If you have the DPS like we do, it basically effectively just kills them. Even though our damage is not incredible at 8.70, it's our DPS that's making the difference here. And that is all due to maxed out tiers and also, of course, Epiphora. Yes, you do. I have to remind myself that occasionally it will pick up statues and turrets, which is good in a way, but when you're intending for something that's about to fire at you rather than just an idle, totally out of the way turret, it's not really worth it in my opinion. Go. Now goes Pete. Be careful with our key usage here. Golex is going to be a little bit of a problem to grab with Anima Sola. Ah. Also makes using Anima Soul on it extremely challenging. Although now with Brimstone, we're Brimstone now. We have no effect here from Epiphora on Brimstone, but now we got Frozen Brimstone. Again, you see all these, if you're wondering where this HP is coming from, it's from Empty Heart. As long as we have a heart container that is not one single full red heart container, we will always get an HP upgrade every single floor. Look at Super Ball bouncing all over the place. You all right, Super Ball? You doing all right? Nice little skip there by Curse the Maze. Now, it was a little bit risky to get rid of the Satanic Bible, which is just a guaranteed win. But I think it was still worth it. He lives. Hey, nice. There we go. Grab there. Problem at all. 9 lives. I mean, it's basically free here. And this gives us Leviathan too. Wow. And we get Guppy as well out of the same devil deal. What in the world? Guppy Hive Mind? Holy moly. Wow. Talk about a turnaround. Look at that. Just keeps on building with our HP. Get the Gupster out of freaking nowhere. What a devil deal that was. Yet I don't know why Hollow decided to all of a sudden just needed to get some kind of sound update, but there you go. Zombola special right there. Look at the damage that we're dealing here with Hive Mind and Guppy. Even Rotten Baby by himself was doing a very respectable amount of damage. And we're just going to freeze everything here with this Brimstone. The secret room might be here. Yeah, and look at this. Look at us having a good Friday run. I'm going to wait for Anima Sola when Stanley appears. Oh, I was kind of hoping that the bomb flies are going to stay there. Okay, so we've locked him down. Oh my gosh, yeah, just forget about Stan. Now you can also manually undo Anima Sola if you need to give yourself just the extra, just the extra whatever. If you don't need to hold them there, it is possible they also don't finish their death animation too while they're being held. So notice how we did not get an HP container there. It's because we didn't have any kind of empty. Again, I like one or the other. I don't like both. Damocles. Damocles is not going to help us here. Because there's no item pedestals on this for the rest of this lap anyway. But on the next lap though, as long as we don't get hit, Damocles is not going to do anything. I do kind of hate how Anima Sola does target the frozen enemies. Because if they've been frozen, they're dead. They cannot do anything. It'd be nice if Brimstone did work with Epiphora, though. Yep. Man, oh man, what a run here now. I'm telling you. history repeats itself. We're looking at a possible shift, momentum shift here in November. Reach the almost halfway mark. Charge ahead towards Thanksgiving. Oh man, I can't wait. Use Anima Sola here against Lamb. And try not to get hit here. As long as we can get out of the Lamb fight before getting hit. I don't want Damocles to... Okay. Damocles is now triggered. There we go. Do a victory lap. Second seed, Papa Bravo Golf 1, 0 Whiskey Tango 6. So now that Damocles has already been triggered, let's play What Floor Will It Fall On? Post them in the comments down below. Squeezy. Damocles, if you don't know what it is, it will double all item pedestals out there. Yeah, we could have taken the other item pedestal there too. What I was just saying is Damocles, as long as you use it, it will double. Oh, yeah, it will double. No, this isn't conjoined. It will double all item pedestals, but they have to be item pedestals. That does not include items that are granted to you by golden chests or devil deals. They have to be actually on a pedestal. And it's pretty darn good whenever it wants to be. But whenever it doesn't want to be, that's when it can just end your run at any moment. If you don't know what I'm talking about there, basically once Damocles has been used, and then it also, oh my gosh. Well, I mean, we gotta go for that. Is that Tarot Cloth? It is Tarot Cloth. Once you've been hit with Damocles triggered, it will do kind of a weird, it's not really internal cooldown, but you have a chance of Damocles falling and instantly killing you at any time, and there's no way to mitigate it other than the Book of Shadows. There we go. I'm trying to up our fire rate here just so we can see the spam that is Brimstone Haemolacria. Right now we are at danger of dying at any moment, which is the only reason why you should ever use Damocles whenever you have 9 lives, basically. Bomb this. We have the dice shard as well, which is going to give us a D6 and D20 in the room. So we would really have to have something crazy in order for me to use the dice shard. Your Epiphoria does stack with our terrible tears rate right now, but it takes a long time to get caught up there. It takes Smelter. Smelter the Super Ball. Super Ball, again, has been doing pretty good for us. Yeah. And we get some Victor Robes, sure. I just had a thought. You know what another item that should contribute towards the Necromancer transformation should be? It should be Sin Robes. That could and should, in my opinion, I'll give this feedback back to Zombolas. I think that should be one of those items that should take the place of you not having to, I'm just going to roll this. Of not having to hold on to the trinket or the Necronomicon. Although Necronomicon, I think, is like a... So there's Damocles. Necronomicon is one that you just have to have, obviously. Otherwise, the Necromancer wouldn't make any sense. Well, unfortunately, we lost Damocles before we could get an extra boss item here, but it's still fine. It didn't take very long for Damocles to fall, although I have had a very, very, very long streak of Damocles not falling at all. And someone else who tries tries to use Damocles like, I'm gonna get all these extra items, dies immediately. The secret room should be here. I'll try just the horse pill. Okay. You're off the hook here, pills, for 1 day. For those of you who voted floor 3 for when Damocles fell, hey, congrats. You've won all of the internet street cred you could ever want from the Mosh Pit. It will shower you with heavy metal salutes and give all your comments thumbs ups. We have no, thanks to Guppy's tail, we have absolutely zero keys at this point. This is not the right way to go. See here, our Guppy flies are just doing the work. And Rotten Baby flies too. I mean, he is contributing a lot here. Acid worms. All right, Animasola. Oh, this is gonna be a challenge. Hey, ran headfirst right into. Yeah, we got Guppy's eye. Right into Animasola, into a whole swarm of blue flies. And Frail didn't make it, and it's XL. All right. Yeah, the game's ready for us to move on. Well, you know what, game? You gave us another solid run here. And I'm not saying it's time to turn the page yet, Bob Seger style, but I am saying that it seems like it's starting to finally pick up around here, although I would like to if we stop taking damage. Baby Bender doesn't really help us here. It does. It can help. What? I have no idea what it is down there. It can help. Demon Baby. Yeah, I have no keys. I've given up kind of trying to fire with Epiphora here. We need some Yaves. It's gonna be a crying shame if we don't get some. Order? Oh, we can't open it. Over here, isn't it? Oh, kidding. Oh, that Tears Ray is so bad. We can get the guaranteed quarter. I mean, is it worth going? Well, even then, we still don't have a key. Get into the shop. And, well, I did not mean to open that, but okay. Sure thing, game. We can just sit back and just let the flies just freeze everything over. Yeah, Bloody Lust is fine. Anytime we take damage from any source, it's going to give us a stacking damage buff for the rest of the floor, but that resets at the end of the floor. And we completely immobilize and stop Reap Creep. I don't think our Tears Ray can go up anymore. Yeah, so we're already capped. There we go. Down goes Mom. We get another boss rush, and it is absolutely not worth it. And another, okay, if you needed any evidence at all that the game is done, this is your calling right here. Fair enough, game. Fair enough. Back-to-back XL floors again is quite something. Yeah, Blue Chub just not even a chance. Not like Blueprints. We had fun on Blueprints. That was a series that did better than I ever would have thought. And a game that I had more fun than I ever thought I would have either. I mean, it was a very interesting experience. And obviously, it's a crying shame it's not going to win anything like Game of the Year or something like that. But it's definitely deserving of at least to be in the discussion. First Justice card doesn't really do anything for us at this point. It might be helpful. Yeah, just surprise them with Anima Sola, and that's it. And we get Incubus as well. We get Conjoined. That's going to be interesting with Hamilacry or Brimstone. First Lost. All those keys. Need them Yaves. Happy Friday Mosh Pit. We got ourselves a doozy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean we're not even able to do anything with Anima Soul. Everything just dies. Yeah, that is not a complaint. That's a good thing. Luckily for us, we haven't even really had to use Mega Bombs or Bomber Boy bombs for offense. The screw is there, but I mean we're already capped because of Brimstone, so I'm not concerned with picking up the screw at all. Save the key for something a chest that really matters. Pink Widow is Pink Dead. Soul Heart over here. Go grab it. Okay, great. I like how sometimes the bombs just decide to not phase through Isaac like they sometimes do. It's going to be the Super Secret Room. A whole lot of not useful things in there. Don't need money anymore. We just need keys, really. Now, I could and will throw down the Reverse Justice card and be very sad that we didn't get really anything of note. And Binky only gives us a Soul Heart, essentially. That's it. I didn't mean to open up any of those chests. I was basically trying to snipe all the chests that had keys in it. What a run. Feels great to have another strong run here after being oh my gosh. After feeling like it was just going downhill over and over and over again for November. Now look at us. Got the spaghetti stone here, frozen spaghetti stone. And remember, that's only going to go up with frequency as our as Epiphora continues to kick in. I'm trying to hold the same direction for this entire time now. It looks like a bad performance art. That's what this looks like. And somehow, in order for us to go due south, we have to go northeast. That makes sense. Kidney stone, eh. If we had rock bottom, then yeah, but we don't. Huh. Trying to see what our cap can get up to here. But obviously it's just pure madness at this point. At 5.71. So what a run. I will take it. Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you click the like button. What a way to kick off the weekend here in the Mosh Pit. Thank you all very much for all the support. I hope you have a fantastic night. Don't forget, tonight on Twitch, go over to twitch.tv/Invicta. We're doing a huge Phantasmal Flames group break. We have not one, but 2 group breaks happening tonight, starting around 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, and 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you're looking to get the new set from a trusted source, you can come on over here. Go check them out on the website, Invicta.tv. You can see all the breaks that are going to be listed there. They're not currently live, but they will be live by the time this video goes out, I think. And thank you again, everyone, for all the support. Hopefully we'll see you tonight for Pokemon. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like, thanks to patrons of mine like Censored, Barman1988, Michael McMaster, and Brian Betancourt. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.